Low back pain a constant in your workday? Join us today as we talk about tips, strategies, and tactics to get through your workday pain-free. Hi guys, Dr. Steward chiropractor from Adelaide, Australia. So today we are continuing our day in a life of low back pain series. So previously we've talked about how to sort of deal with low back pain when you wake up first thing in the morning, and we've talked about dealing with it when you get a car, so maybe that commute to work, you're stuck in traffic. And now you're at the office. Really commonly, we see a lot of people here talking about, I have to sit all day at work, and that starts to really jack your back up. So we wanted to talk about some ways that you can help manage that. So the first one being just sitting down. So most people are going to be stuck at a desk. So a great first option, if we can, is building yourself some sort of sit-down desk. If you can get one at work, it's a great option. Generally speaking, with a sit-stand desk, you want to have it so when I'm standing like this, it's going to be level with my elbows. If you can't get a nice sit-stand option like this, there's tons on the market. A really cool loaf option, which is a great one I tell people if they're working from home and they maybe don't have that type of area, is if you've maybe got some old textbooks, this is an old medical textbook, a stack of those, and then whack your laptop on top of that, maybe on your kitchen table, is a great option where you can muck around a little bit, but still have a sit-stand desk option. So you can stand for a little while and then sit for a little while. Because that's a great option. You want to mix things up a little bit. So sitting is not the devil. The sitting, can cause some dramas. It's more an accumulation of that time. People talk about posture. It's more, not so much that any posture is bad, it's just spending too much time in a posture. So mixing it around, mucking around and giving yourself some different looks is a great option. So there's an option where you can get some old textbooks if you've got some lying around, a couple of books from your kids, even just a box, cardboard box, take it together, find a level that works for you. So again, we're doing this sitting side in this nice neutral posture where everything's nice and stacked up, and then I can work from there. So that's one option we can sort of play with. The other guy we want to have a look at here is looking at the bottom aspect here, where we can muck around and mix it up. So I've got a stool here, I've got a saddle stool, and that's what works for me, and that lets me sort of sit in this posture. Someone might have more of that sort of old school office chair. And there's nothing wrong with that. What we want to explore is going those different ways that we can muck around. So I can sit up here, maybe I can recline back a little bit more, I can tilt the bottom bit, I can stand up for a while, and then when we're in the sit stand, I can use this like a bar, where I'm elevating that hip, and it's just taking some pressure out of the low back. So that's another really nice option. Can I sit stand? Can I have one of those little wedges, or can I even just use my office chair as a little bit of a bar stool, raise this hip up, drop the low back angle, just neutralize the pelvis a little bit and give myself a different look. The final option we want to play with is what we call movement snacks. So the classic one being, I get up, I set an alarm, I go get a cup of coffee. So when we do that, giving yourself some different movement looks, just break up the monotony, give yourself a little bit. So instead of a movement meal where you maybe chastise yourself because you don't spend 15 minutes doing stretching and yoga and stuff like that every day, which can be tough to find that time, I'm just doing little chunks, little bites. That could be things we've talked about previously. Using the lacrosse ball through your back, through your shoulders, anywhere that's a bit tight. Great one being ball on the ground and just rolling through your foot. Because if you're doing some standing stuff, the dogs, those dogs might start barking in your shoes. So a little bit of rolling through the feet is a fantastic option. Otherwise, it could be some stuff like I'm just doing some nice side-to-side stretches. Maybe I want to do some lunges and some star jumps. Things that are just going to get the blood flowing, get some of the muscles switching on, getting some nutrients into those tissues and breaking it up. So those are some great options. Last one I love, if possible, go for a walk. Can you go for a walk on your lunch break rather than sitting at your desk being stuck there? Getting in those steps across the day, that what we call non-exertional aerobic training, that stuff that just I'm putting one foot in front of the other, is a great way to get the movement through the day, not super full on, but will pay dividends later on where you've not just decongested the low back. And hopefully come the evening, that will help with your sleep and it'll help manage your pain during the day. Because we find it becomes a process. It's not just any one thing, but it's death by 1,000 cuts that probably got you here. It's death by it's 1,000 band-aids that'll get you going back in the other direction. So if we can get that movement stuff happening through the day, it really sets the expectation for a good night's sleep, which is what we're going to talk about in our next video, dealing with low back pain at night time that's stopping you from sleeping. Thanks for joining us today. Subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying the work, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.